All right, hello everybody. My name is Ahmad Kabir bin Nashar Ali, and today I am going to present to you about the ClockPane class. All right, okay. Before we go to ClockPane class first, we need to know about the basic, which is the panes. All right, you need to know about the layout panes. Okay, actually, pane is usually used as canvas for displaying shape. So pane is actually base class for all the specialized panes such as clock pane, button pane, border pane, and so on. So from here you can see that the clock pane class is actually under is subclass for the Java FX scene.layout.pane. So this is the pane class here. So it is actually the base class for the clock pane class. So you can see that this is the UML diagram that we are going to use for the ClockPane class for the coding after this. All right. Now we need to know that in order to draw a clock, we need to draw a circle with 3 hands, which is the second, minutes, and hours end. And in order to draw hands, we need to specify 2 ends at the line, 2 ends of the line, sorry. So for the first end, it is actually the center for the circle, which is center X and center Y. And the second end is the end X and end Y, which is located at the hand length here. So we have formula to calculate the end X and end Y as I shown here, which is center X plus hand length times sine theta for end X, and center Y minus hand length times cos theta for end Y. All right. For here, we are going for this slide and onwards, we are going to see how the second hand, minute hand, and hour hands are going to be calculated. But I am going to only emphasize this part in which this is the final formula that we are going to use for the second, minutes, and also hour end. So you need to remember this formula as well. All right, now let's move on to coding first. But before I go to this display Java code, I want to go to this ClockPane coding first. All right, for the ClockPane class, as you all can see, it extends to the pane class, and you can see that it actually needs import java fx.scene.layout.pane here. And for ClockPane class, as we know, we need to know that we need to have hour, minute, and second for the ClockPane for the clock, right? So we need to do all the setter and getter method for the minutes, seconds, and hours. And don't forget that we need to also do the set current time method by using the Gregorian calendar. So don't forget to import the Java util Gregorian calendar here. So from here, we can get hour, minute, and second displayed by using this Gregorian calendar. And don't forget to write paint clock at the end. So after that, we need to paint the clock by setting the private void paint clock. And in order to do that, we need to have clock radius, which must have center X, center Y, and also the clock radius as well. And yeah, in order to draw the clock, we need to draw a circle. So we need to draw a circle by using the circle that have center X, center Y, and also clock radius, which need to be set filled with white color, and we also need to set the stroke with black color. So for here, you can see that there are text for T1, T2, T3, and T4. This text is actually representing the numbers 12, 3, 6, and 9, which will be printed out when we run the program for the clock pane. All right. So we need to do coding for our second, minute, and hour hand by using the formula that I presented just now, which is this formula: second X, second Y, minute X, minute Y, hour X, and hour Y. So this is how they implement it. And don't forget to set the stroke into red color for second, minute in blue, and also hour in green. And yes, you can see that there is also line here where we have center X and center and second. Same goes to minute, center and minute, and finally hour, center and hour. And yeah, we also have get children class here. So why we have get children class here? All right, actually the get children class method here is actually used to clear the pane and also add all the information that we do just now, which is circle T1, T2, T3, T4, S line, M line, and also H line. And yes, for your information, you need to know that the get children method is actually one of the element in GUI Java. Okay, so for your information, when programming GUI, you can see often controls holding controls inside them. So those are called as associative parent-children relationship. So that's why we are using children method here, as our parent class is pane class, right? So don't forget to also override the method for set and set for width and also height, as we used before just now. And now let's move on to our display clock method for Java. All right. For display Java class, we are going to extend it to application. Okay, we need to see that we can see that from here display clock extends to application, right? So what is application actually? Application class is actually the entry point for Java FX. Okay, the entry point for Java FX application is application class. The Java FX runtime does the following order. That's the following, which is in order whenever application is launched, like construct an instance for specified application class and other method as well. So okay, from here we can see that we are creating the clock pane by setting the time string, which is get hour, minute, and second. And we are going to create a label. And finally, we use border pane to add a clock and add a label for the clock. So why we use border pane? Border pane is actually used to place nodes in 5 regions, which is top, bottom, left, right, and center. So we use the set center and set bottom and set alignment for border for this class actually. So finally, we write this by setting the title, scene, and show to display the stage. And finally, we are going to launch the clock. Okay, before I stop my presentation, I want to show how this clock pane works actually. Okay guys, this is the clock pane and display clock class that I've created. It's just using the same code as I've presented before. And now I'm going to run it. And as you can see now, it shows the time right now, which is 10:33 and 15 seconds, which is the exact time. And yes, you can see that the second hand is in red color, minute hand is in blue color, and finally the hour end is in green color, and the outline for the circle is in black, and also the text, which I've said before, the text T1, T2, T3, and T4. This is actually this 12, 3, 6, and 9. So that is all from our today's presentation. Thank you so much. See you. Bye-bye.